Let's take a collective deep breath. A few weeks ago, I invited us into a practice of chanting Om. And I'd love to start with that today. It'd be helpful for me at least, right? So Om is that original vibration of creation. And when we collectively add our voice to that vibration, it helps us resonate with that place of wholeness. So I invite you, if you feel called to follow along with me, we'll do 3 Oms. So what I know is there is a one life, one divine presence that is love, that is wholeness, that is peace, that is expressing in, as, and through all life, all things, now and forevermore. So this is the place. This is the consciousness from which we begin today. So to be honest, y'all, it's one of those weeks where you kind of have to throw out the nicely curated outline of the topic, of the theme, and these are my notes today. And what that means is that you get to create and participate with this today. And that I am here as a vessel, as a steward of the energy of the collective, to speak to that which is in the room in a way that allows us to be seen, feel comforted, and be reminded of the truth of who we are. Yes? Our theme this month, rightly so, is power to the people. And what we know is that power, as we discussed last week, lives within. So today's topic is our personal power. And I want to start first by acknowledging the many feelings that may be present. I've been hearing from many of you and seeing things as people have posted on social media and other public platforms. There is a deep despair and sadness that a lot of people are feeling. There is, I've heard from some, loss of hope in humanity and perhaps our faith being a little shaken. And from others, there's a sense of hope and justification, perhaps. Some are feeling seen when maybe they've never felt seen before by people in power. Some may be feeling a mix, a range, or even just an apathy or a numbness. I know I'm moving through and allowing space for those many feelings. And as the reading by Thich Nhat Hanh suggested, I am remaining mindful and not letting the feelings and the energy of the collective dictate my personal experience. I am remaining mindful and aware of the sadness and looking for ways to consciously move that energy through my body, through connecting with community, through self-care, massage, baths, hiking, all these things I've done this week, y'all. It's like pulling out the toolbox for all the tools. And there are also moments of joy. Yesterday, we had the opportunity to gather in this room for what we call an ecstatic dance. And that was the journey we took as well. There were moments of sadness. There was moments of rage being expressed, being freed. There was moments of ecstasy and love. And then there was playful moments, right? And joy. All of that is the beautiful gift that we have been given as humanity, yes? So, what keeps coming to me is this is our opportunity to not just theorize, is that the word? Is that a word? Not, just intellectually understand this idea of oneness, but to put it in practice. This is the opportunity to not just talk about the love that lives within and the power that we have to express and create our reality, but to practice it in the face of any seeming obstacle. To practice it in the face of the chaos, the confusion, the upset, the unknown, the divisiveness in our society, and to be called to something greater. So we feel our feelings and we don't let them become a mood, right? You may notice you're in a mood if you are distancing yourself, not feeling like reaching out, not going about your daily activities and staying in bed for a number of days, right? Yes, we give ourselves space to do that as feelings come up, as we are grieving whatever we may be grieving, feeling whatever we may be feeling. And when we move that energy through, when we give ourselves permission to be human and express what's on our heart, the sadness, the anger, the joy, all of it, then we get to continue to dance in this world in a way that is an expression of the divine and an expression of aliveness, and not letting anything outside of ourselves dictate our experience. Do you see the both and in that? Do you hear, I hope, the subtle nuance, right? Because I will say, have really been in the experiment this week of practicing feeling the sadness, hearing the stories of many people in various communities that I am a part of that are feeling afraid and scared, isolated, all of that. Acknowledging that, holding space for that, and coming back to the spiritual truth, that consciousness is always growing and expanding, and therefore we cannot devolve, right? So there must be something greater at work that we can't see. Another thing we often say is that in order to heal, we must reveal. So if we were to look at that, not on just a personal level, we talk often about being willing to look at our hidden beliefs. What are those beliefs and doubt and unworthiness, those things that maybe hold us back in our subconscious mind from experiencing the greatness and the power and the love and the joy and the beauty that we are in this world? We have to be willing to look at those places, that shadow, those beliefs, bring it to the surface, acknowledge it, smile at it, as Thich Nhat Hanh said, and then release it into the nothingness from which it came and stand in our power and truth. So the collective in the United States of America has the opportunity right now to see some things that are rising to the surface that perhaps some people either were unwilling to look at or just based on our life situation didn't realize were there. But if you just look at facts, right, what occurred this week is that the majority of those who voted elected someone who stands for racism, homophobia, separation, power over, and I'm not talking about policy or politics. I'm talking about these are facts that you can look at, So maybe there's an opportunity of looking at that shadow self of our country in a way that we haven't quite yet, and make amends by first taking ownership of that, taking ownership of the roots of our country from which it was created in order for healing to occur. Acknowledging, seeing what is being seen to us. And then, do we stay there? No. We then begin to invest in those seeds of healing, knowing that only love can heal. So the vibration of love is greater than any vibration of any ism in our world. In fact, I would say the root of all isms is fear, right? Fear of the unknown, fear of losing power or control or status, or fear of the other. And so what I'm starting to see some is even within those who say they stand for kindness and love and oneness and unity, there's division. There's judgment and there's blame. And I'm here to say there's no right or wrong way to walk this path, y'all. Please don't look at me and put me on a pedestal, right? We are all showing up the best we can, I hope, aware of when we stumble, aware of when we fall, and making a new choice. One of the main tenets in this teaching of the science of mind is that we are always at choice and that we get to create our experience by the energy and the thoughts and beliefs that we focus on so that they can rise to the surface. Love will prevail. What if we were to see that nothing is wrong here? And that doesn't mean there's nothing to transform. It's just when we say things are wrong, we are othering, and we are giving away our power. When we think we are right, we are othering, and we are giving away our power. When we think that there is one way, one political party who will save us, we are giving away our power. This is the opportunity to remember that we are sovereign beings. I invite you now to say with me, I am sovereign. I am sovereign. I have agency. I have agency. I am empowered. I am empowered. I know who I am. So what if everything is unfolding perfectly? And we have the opportunity now to stand in the truth and our power and to let love prevail. There's nuance to this. So just to be clear, I'm not saying when a friend comes to you in an emotional state of fear because they think their rights are now being taken away. When someone comes to you in a place of, sometimes I don't have words, y'all, but you know what I mean. Right? Pause, breathe, open your heart, ask love to lead the way. Acknowledge, yeah, I see you. I may not understand or know your experience because your life is different than mine, but I imagine that's a lot to think about. Right? So we can still be kind. We can still express empathy. It may or may not be appropriate in that moment to say something about peace and love prevailing, but you can say it in your heart. You can do that silent prayer. You can see the power and the beloved in the person in front of you as they are expressing whatever they are needing to express. Self-realization, again, is another concept we talk about often. And in order to be self-realized, we must be really willing to realize ourselves in any moment, in each moment. So we are called now to the tasks of living in the moment by moment, this mindfulness practice, checking in with ourselves, checking in with our friends. How you doing today? How are you doing right now? What do you need? Ask yourself, how you doing today, Rainbow? Ooh, yeah, I feel an energy swirling here and kind of a tightness in my throat. Okay. What do I need to do? What do I need to express? Right? Something needs to be moved. Listen to the body as the guide. What am I thinking about? What am I believing today? I noticed last night I was reading some stories about some things that seemed really scary and sad. I noticed that I'm feeling for my friend who is feeling scared. Breathe. And then water the seeds of love and possibility that live in the depths of our being and our soul, because it is the truth of who we are. Yes, and I know that the infinite source of life itself lives in me. And I have this opportunity right now to choose love, to show up in this moment and to look for something to find beauty in. And to allow then that vibration of beauty, of joy, of gratitude to fill my heart. And then see how I want to move my body or what I am led or called to do. Is there someone to reach out to? Am I in a place of offering support for others, or am I in a place where I just need to go in the woods for a few hours alone? It's all okay, y'all. Wherever you find yourself, it's okay. And if you discover that you are starting to move into the mood of despair and depression, more than just the feeling of the grief and the sadness coming through, I invite you to reach out, show up, turn to a friend, a practitioner, someone in this community. Let your need be known, you know. Call a friend and be like, I just need a hug. I just need a place just to be. I don't want to talk about things. Wherever you may be, this is the opportunity. This is what we mean by personal power, to first have the self-awareness and the self-realization of what you're feeling and what you need in that moment, and then to ask for it. What greater power is that? If we sit in the depths of our own despair and keep telling ourselves the stories that we're hearing and making the meaning of this and that and the other mean something bad, wrong, and horrible, that is what we are going to continue to perpetuate. And again, that is how we give away our power. But when we listen and acknowledge and ask for what we need, even when it feels hard, we have the opportunity to shift. Wherever you may be today, it is perfect. You are loved because you are love. There is no thing, no person, no situation outside of myself that can dictate my experience. I am always at choice, right? This is coming. Divided, we fall, right? United is how we rise. We rise together by building each other up, by being that place of love and kindness and support, by reminding each other of the truth, holding each other when we can't remember the truth, turning to someone who can, and keep putting one foot in front of the other, one moment at a time. Listening to that inner guidance, that wisdom of peace, of possibility. And remember that you're never alone. We have each other, and Spirit's always got our back. Yes? All right. I hope that was somewhat helpful. And if not, at least being together in this room, I know is helpful because we have each other. All I can do is speak from my heart. And I invite you to continue this dance with me of self-awareness, asking what is mine to do in each moment. Okay, let's pray. Taking a breath. Let's practice now, right? Notice in your body if there's any tension. Ooh, mine definitely lives right here. Just be willing to place your awareness there. See if moving a little bit feels good. If you feel energy stuck in somewhere, just place your love and attention on that place in your body. Maybe even putting your hands there, being that catalyst for love and healing energy to move through you, to you, as you. This is how we practice awareness. Taking a moment to pause, to breathe, to notice the physical sensations, and then inquire a little deeper. Is that tightness in my throat a manifestation of a feeling? Is there something that I'm wanting to express or say? I invite in curiosity. I affirm to myself that it is safe to feel and express my feelings. The opposite of depression is not joy and happiness. The opposite of depression is expression. We no longer depress our energy. We are here to express the divine energy, that pulse of love and life. And we all get to express this thing called life in our own unique way. And how beautiful is that? I am so grateful that we live in a world with so many unique ways to express, with so many unique physical expressions, with so many unique opinions and beliefs and cultures and religions. We live in a world of multiplicity, where the one gets to know itself more fully through the all. So I take a breath this day, so grateful to acknowledge the one life that is love, that is wholeness, that is peace, that is freedom. And to know that right where I am, God is, love is, freedom is, peace is. Even in moments where the world may be telling me otherwise, even in moments where it becomes harder to see, I can ask for that veil to be removed and to see clearly and to know the wholeness and the freedom and the creative possibility that lives within me, and choose to express that potentiality, that pure potentiality, in a way that only I can. I choose this day to focus on the possibility of love in action. I choose this day to be the catalyst of healing for this planet. Whew, that's a big call, y'all. I choose this day to be the catalyst of healing for this planet, for the collective, for humanity. And this is done through love, not effort, Healing is happening now. As we let love lead the way, healing is happening now. Healing is happening now. I claim it, I declare it, I affirm it to be so. As I release this word into the law that always says, yes, my beloved, and I know it is so. And together we say, and so it is. Yes, 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 yes.